Hello everyone, Sonia here again. I just finished shooting a few little video snippets for Co-op for a little bit of advice out into the community. I wanted to follow up on a few of them. The parenting one probably all about what to do if we feel like strangling our kids in this stressful situation. As you may have already seen, my biggest tip on that is that I'm going to tell you that, and then I'm going to expand a little bit on it. So we know that kids mirror how we're feeling and the things that we're doing back to us. It's their nature. Even a baby with the mom, their nervous system is very much informed by the mother's nervous system. So it's really important for all of us to really get our you-know-what together, bring our stress response down so that we get mirrored back to us what we actually want to have in our homes. So it is parental self-care that's probably really going to matter right now for getting our families through this, because if we're okay, then the kids are going to be okay. And we tend to, in our society, be more about making sure everyone else is okay and then we take care of ourselves, and that is not the strategy that's going to be effective right now. It wasn't working for you before. It's definitely not going to work now. So moms and dads, you need to be very mindful of the fact that input equals output. What you're putting in, whether it is allowing all of the unnecessary, a lot of it, fear on social media in, if you are allowing more sugar, more caffeine, more alcohol in, that means you're allowing more stimulants and more depressants in, those things are going to be your output, and then that is what your kids are going to mirror back to you. So you need to actually write down, maybe on a list or in your head or on your phone, top 3 things that you need to feel okay, because if you feel okay, everyone else is going to feel okay, and then we're all going to come out of this a little bit better. So what you're eating really matters. Grounding foods that support your nervous system and your immune system have always mattered, but they really matter right now. And that just honestly means a lot of things that grow in the dirt. Plants, vegetables. I'm not saying you need to turn into a vegetarian, but a focus on vegetables is literally going to help your whole vibe. It's going to help how you handle stress, and it's going to support your immune system. And just knowing that you're doing something that will support your immune system is going to take the psychological stress down for you as well. So really focus on vegetables. Throw an extra kind of vegetable onto the plate in the evening and at lunch, and put extra vegetables into your sandwiches. Foods that are cooked a long time, like braises and soups, crock pot stuff, really good right now, because foods that have been cooked longer are more broken down. They are easier for your digestive system to break down. And the better your food gets broken down, the better it absorbs the nutrients and the building blocks that you need to make the hormones, to make the neurotransmitters, to feed your microbiome, to make the ammunition and the enzymes that your immune system needs. Input is going to equal output here. What was the other thing I was talking about there? We a little bit more, I guess that's the food. And as far as breath and movement go, again, for parents, it's great to do with kids too. But if you need to go for a walk or go for a run, or you need to find some breath work, I've got the elemental breaths posted in a couple places. I'm going to do a lot more of that over the coming weeks. Whatever it is you need to do to breathe, to bring the stress response down, is what you need to do, because here's how this works right now. There's a lot of panic and a lot of stress and a lot of triggers out there beyond what we normally have. A lot of us were existing in a fight or flight state anyway. A lot of us have chronic stress in our lives because of the world that we live in. So now it's heightened. And when you are constantly worried, when you're feeling extra stress, and when you are in this state called fight or flight, all of the energy that is supposed to be here in your core, in your digestive system and your immune system, doing the things that you need to function properly, that energy gets reverted to your arms and to your legs and to your brain, so you can think fast and so you can run fast, or whatever it is you need to do. That stress response was really helpful 1,000 years ago when your village was under attack every once in a while, or you're being chased by a lion. It has not evolved with our current day because we don't have those threats anymore. So your stress response, your nervous system, the amygdala in the back of your brain sees this pandemic as a threat. So a lot of us are in fight or flight on some level most of the time right now. And the problem with that really is, and this is the best analogy I've come up with so far, is that the perceived threat of this is kind of like being chased by a lion, and your body and your brain and the way it's all set up has to make a decision about a priority. And the decision by default that you cannot control right now, maybe in 1,000 years we'll be able to control it, is this. Your body is going to look at the lion and say, and the immune system, and say, what is the point of battening down the hatches and supporting the immune system right now to fight a virus if I'm being chased by a lion? Because if that lion kills me, the virus is irrelevant, and that's the choice that your body's going to make. There are a lot of things like going for a little bit of a run, but don't push the exercise too hard right now, because high impact, high cardio workouts push your body into fight or flight as well. So if you're a big workout person, take the workouts down a little bit. If you're not a workout person, start moving a little bit more, because a regular rhythm in your breath brings the stress response down. Doing any kind of mindful movement, stretching, yoga, anything that makes you focus on the breath and stay in the present moment right now is going to bring that stress response down and send that energy back to your immune system, to your digestion. The plan here is to be a little bit of a hub. I have a lot of things I can offer on my own with nutrition and cooking classes, and a lot of my colleagues with all kinds of little workouts, and there's just all kinds of things that we're kind of getting ready to, I guess, streamline for you and kind of put it all in one place so that you have a resource to go to. For now, if you're really struggling, you can find my elemental breaths. I think if you skip the story and go in a few minutes, you can just find the actual breaths. I'm going to be doing a lot more of that. And if you want to be on a central list, the best idea probably is to sign up for my email list at thewholeavocado.com. I'm going to be sending out some kind of weekly email newsletters of all the stuff that's going on and the resources that we have in our community. This is really important to me, not just for right now, but for something that is too much for most people to plan for or think about right now, which is going to be the so-called aftershock of this earthquake that we're experiencing right now. When the collective stress response comes down, the adrenaline and the cortisol have run out, what happens is there's a little bit of a collapse and an exhaustive state that the body moves into because the immune system and the digestive system have been very neglected. That is going to be the time when there are going to be mental health issues that surface that maybe weren't even there before or that are now worse. The stress leave and the sick leave in companies, even though people are back to work, is probably actually going to go up. And there is going to be a collective post-traumatic stress. And my hope is that if as a community we can figure out how to provide people with the resources to manage the stress now, our fallout could be a little bit less and we could flatten that curve too. That is the gist of my message for right now. I hope that's helpful. You can either follow me on Instagram, this YouTube channel, but the email list will probably be the easiest way for me to make sure everyone gets the information. Like I've said somewhere else, making sure everything is on every social media, everything, everywhere, because there's 5,000 of them, is going to be a little bit tough because I'm also trying to do this while I'm also, like many people, looking at possibly losing their business. I don't have daycare. This is the world that we live in right now. But I think if we all kind of team up and support each other, we could get through this a little better than we would have otherwise. So sending you some love, sending you some breath, and we'll go from here.